So this is day 2 on the fasting. 2 days out the 21-day fasting, March 2nd, 2022. I'm about to get into some exercising. Did another 1.5 miles. I'm gonna do the same exercises I did in day 1. I ain't gonna switch it up. All right. Also, today is officially Ash Wednesday, so hopefully everything goes as planned during this fasting, 40 days, 40 nights up to Easter Sunday. But I'm gonna just call it a documentary at this moment because it's really just showing the process and steps, not giving up. Let's hit record. Let's get this thing going.
Your imagination is your identity. So lately I've been doing a lot of discussions on the work of Neville Goddard and this concept of identity. So what I have in front of me is this Logical Levels of Change by Robert Dilts. You might have seen me do a discussion on this, or if you're a student of one of my programs, I refer to this model very extensively because I find it to be very powerful. So this is the concept, and I want to share it with you because I believe it's very important to stimulate and calibrate our mind for what we're going to discuss. And the premise of this video is that you have a false sense of identity and you have a true identity. And most of us live life in earlier stages through our false sense of identity, which is a net result of the thinking of others that we've incorporated within us to form an identity that might not be necessarily resonating with the kind of life that we want to live. And a lot of us might find ourselves so bound to that reality that we assume that to be our identity. But as our consciousness goes up, we start to uncover various certain kinds of circumstances or revelations in the external world that reveals to us that we're not really living our truth, that we might be living a lie. And these can show up through little circumstances or, in times, be very revealing. But the bottom line is this: a person gets to a certain point in life where they really ask the question, who am I? And what am I part of? So in the Robert Dilts model, we've got multiple layers. On the top, we got vision. Then from there is the identity. Then we got values and beliefs, capabilities, behaviors, and environment. And the way it works is the vision is who you really are. It's who you want to become. Now, what I will say is that the vision for most people who have not really learned to connect to a concept called the superconscious mind, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, is a net result of other people's thinking. In other words, people telling you that you should have this vision. Now, it doesn't mean that they're negative or they're trying to put you down. It's just that we go through life assuming that other people know what's best for us. And as our self-confidence, self-love, and self-respect goes up, we start to ask the question, what do we really want in life? Who are we really? And how do we want to go about living the rest of our life? It is when we ask these questions, the saying, ask and ye shall receive, makes a lot of sense. It is that moment when you begin to tap into the superconscious mind, which again I'll explain in a moment. That's when you discover a vision, something that you want to create. Now reflect upon this in your life. Think about the journey in your life, and perhaps for an extended period of time, you found yourself living, which is based on other people's thinking, or your thinking of how you believe yourself to be, or your vision is based on other people's thinking. And then as you started to do what other people were telling you to do, or as you felt you should be doing through advertising or whatever, you felt you weren't really honoring yourself. You weren't really happy. And while you were still living that way, it still wasn't bringing you happiness. So you asked the question, who am I really? I want to know what I really want. And then all of a sudden, at some point, you had a little vision. Something that was extremely passionate for you. You got excited about it. Perhaps you wanted to start a business. Perhaps you wanted to travel somewhere. You had a hunch, an inspiration to do something that was stimulated by asking that question. That right there is the genesis of finding your own vision, your true vision. If you honor that, you will start to go down a different path in life. And you'll start to uncover even more elements of your true vision. It is that point where you start to cultivate, really cultivate self-confidence. you start to value what you have learned in life, but you begin to listen to yourself, your own intuition. And from there, you uncover more pieces of your vision. And then you look at your life and you say, I am not aligned with my vision. So then you go to work on yourself and you align yourself with that vision. So that vision that we're talking about, that true vision, that's your real identity. So in the Robert Dilts model, we say the vision has to be in alignment with the identity. And the identity refers to the self-image. Most of us, if we haven't done this work on ourselves, the self-image isn't aligned with our true identity. The self-image is aligned with a false sense of identity, an identity that we've been living for an extended period of time, which has been creating our environment. And as we do this work on ourselves, we say we want to align our self-image with that vision. That's because that self-image is you. That ideal self-image that is your vision, the ideal vision, is you. And all you have to do is release the aspects within you that hold you in that state of identity that is not you, and let go and embrace the vision-based identity.
Well, let me be able to close out on day 2. Another challenging day, lots of activities and tasks going on, but I'm just happy to be able to fit in this exercise. I think I'm fasting on being focused. I don't know what I said on the day 1 fasting. I know it's on health and strength, but I'm gonna reassure myself for day 2, it's fasting on focus, being really focused. So much distractions and challenges that are on the rise right now in my journey, but one by one I am crossing them off the list on what needs to get done. It's very vague what I'm saying, but I know what I'm talking about. And hopefully this documentary helps somebody in their journey. So until then, have a great one.